Two American lawmakers announced their resignations as sexual harassment scandal surrounds the U.S. Congress. First, Senator Alan Stewart Franken said he will resign in the face of multiple accusations of sexual misconduct. The decision came a day after nearly 30 Democrats called on him to step down. Al Franken is the most prominent lawmaker to leave his post amid a wave of sexual misconduct claims against high-profile U.S. figures. Now, Trent Franks, a Republican representative from the state of Arizona, says he is quitting amid an investigation by the House Ethics Committee. In his statement, Franks admitted that he made staffers, quote, uncomfortable. Meanwhile, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders criticized Donald Trump, saying the U.S. has a president who is admitted to assaulting women. The senior Democratic senator has called on Trump to resign. Let's speak to Jason Unruhe. He's a political commentator and he joins us via Skype from Ontario. Many thanks for joining us here on PressTV, Mr. Unruhe. Now, as we just said, major shakeups happening there with some of those veteran politicians coming under fire. Al Franken now resigning from his post. What kind of ramifications is this going to hold?
Well, I think that in the short term, there's going to be a bit of a shakeup with what's going on and the way things operate, possibly in both parties, but more specifically the Democratic Party. I think that these allegations people are going to find are much more common than is actually believed. The fact is, sexual misconduct between men and women is far more common than is actually reported in the media, and we would be foolish to think that this didn't happen higher up the chain of command or higher up the social ladder. I'm certain that this does go on, possibly even to a greater degree, because with more power comes more ability for someone to use it to manipulate a position. I'm not surprised by this at all. I think that this kind of expose of the conduct of many of the lawmakers in the United States was a long time coming, and I'm sure that there are more of them that are going to be coming out. This is going to make political maneuvers much more difficult. It's one of the things that the Democratic Party has always used is its supposed morally superior position than the Republican Party, and that idea is becoming much more tarnished with each scandal that comes out. Normally they try to push the idea that it's the Republicans that are so bad, it's the Republicans that are so immoral, along the lines of Roy Moore and others of that kin, yet they find many of these abusers in their own ranks as well, and this will harm their credibility to a great degree. But I think in the long run, politics will continue as normal, although I think lower-ranking officials in parties will probably use these scandals as ways to try to leverage themselves into those positions of power that were previously held by someone else.
All right, unfortunately, we've run out of time. Much more to be left to be discussed, but that's Jason Unruhe, political commentator, joining us via Skype from Ontario. Mr. Unruhe, it's always good to have you with us here on Press TV.